together. There you go. Welcome everyone to today's session for the CSID Net AGM meeting. And I am so excited to see new faces and to meet new people in today's space. And while we're waiting, I have something that I would like for us to just check in of how is everyone doing and where are you at in terms of how you're arriving to today's session. And let me share my screen now. So in the chat, just write down how are you? Oh, how are you arriving for today's session? How do you feel? Is it a one? Is it a two, a three, a four, a five, a six, a seven, or eight, or a nine? So feel free to add your number in the chat. How are you arriving for today? Seeing the numbers coming in now. There's a five. Ooh, it has been a long day for you, huh, Angela?
Yes, yes. My brain is mush.
Let's see. Anyone else? How are you? An eight. There you go. If you can see Temidaya in the screen, there's a sheep scale of how do you feel today, of how you're arriving for today. Yeah, I'm a little bit on the number seven. This is we've been working on this space for quite a long time, and it's so exciting, and at the same time, it's interesting to find it to meet new people. So I am a number seven. Yep. There you go. You have a co number five, Angela, in Ikumui. Musa is also a number seven. A number two, Fanohi. There you go. And Bertil is number two as well. Let's wait till others come in. Welcome, Nicorette. Welcome, Sam. Welcome, Jean D'Amour. We're doing a sheep scale check-in. So if you can add, how do you feel today using this sheep scale? There you go. We have a number four, Nicorette. Why number four? We're seeing everyone coming in. Ah, there's a gloomy weather.
Sanchez makes a great stop or a block, but to not hit the target.
There you go. There's a lot of twos for today. Well, welcome everyone. And feel free to put in your video so we can see each other. And if not, it's also okay. Like what I mentioned a while ago, this will be recorded so that we can have it in the website and also for those who cannot join for today's session. There's already comments in the chat. Feel free to put in comments in the chat so we can have also interaction. Today's meeting is really an informal way to get to know each other, get to know who's in the space with us for the next few days, and also to hear from fellows and from those that are part of the network in definitely a different platforms. I'll also be sharing what that platform is later on. But before that, Angela is here with us today, and I'll give her some time to just share her highs before I put on her video. Angela.
Hi, everyone. Well, I'm so excited that we are kicking off our virtual AGM. As I said to some of you, I'm calling in from beautiful, busy, cloudy Bangkok, Thailand, where we are having our in-person AGM, and it starts tomorrow. So I told all of the folks beginning to gather here that I didn't want everyone around the world only to have fear of missing out in Thailand. I said the people in Thailand that are gathering should also have fear of missing out on what is happening in this virtual conference too. So they laughed, and I think they are also very envious of the interesting conversations, the expos, the videos, all of the cool things that we are going to be sharing here in this virtual space. So I said, we're talking about equity. We need to be equitably sharing FOMO, not just in Thailand, but also with virtual people. So thank you. Thank you so much. I'm excited to see the connections happening. And I'm so excited to have you all here. Look forward to more engagements in the days to come. And I did record a welcome video, and there's pretty Nairobi greenery. I'm usually based in Nairobi, Kenya. So I will let Lana play it so that you can see a little bit of how green Nairobi is right now. It's our winter in Nairobi. Yes, and I hope you have a great time today, and I'll see you tomorrow too.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining us briefly, Angela. And we do have FOMO in terms of what's happening there in Thailand. And I know we will be merging the two spaces on Thursday. So for those who have not yet signed up till Thursday, please do so to make sure that you're also there for Thursday, because that's when we'll have two worlds collide and we'll know more about what's happening. Go, Angela, share more of you.
And we will be documenting, right? So one of the things is we're going to make sure we document both the virtual happenings and exciting things being discussed, and also what's happening on the ground here in Thailand. So we've got rapporteurs that are going to be both embodied here in Thailand and also virtually. So one of the things that we will make sure to do is do a great job of documenting and sharing back both the parallel AGM.
Yeah, so it's so exciting to have such a way to take a peek into what has happened there, and also for those that are from there to take a peek at what's happening in the virtual space. So thank you for arranging that, Angela. So without further ado, I would love to share Angela's welcome video, and here you go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Angela Okune, and I am one of the staff team at CSID Network, Climate Sensitive Infectious Disease Network. And I'm so excited to welcome you to our very first annual general meeting, our AGM. It is incredible to have gathered so many of you from all around the world, and I'm really looking forward to the conversations that are to come. At the heart of our network is connection. We're really keen to help people connect around the world to learn from each other. We don't want folks duplicating the wheel, right? Building CSID tools just to have them stay on the shelf, right? We're really keen that these tools are useful and usable by those who are most impacted by climate-sensitive infectious diseases. And so our network looks to connect folks who are working on these and also those who seek to use these tools so that folks can learn from each other and collaborate. We've got a lot of really exciting opportunities coming our way, so stay tuned. If you're not already on our listserv, please join. We are going to officialize our membership immediately after the AGM, and then after that, we will have our open call for proposals. Working groups are how we will advance topical areas of interest for CSID members. These could be topics like figuring out how to make data sets more interoperable, or thinking about some of the challenges with data sharing and how we might develop mechanisms to improve sharing. Yeah, lots of exciting things coming up. So please do stay tuned. Looking forward to engaging with you during the virtual AGM, and thank you all for your participation.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you. I am getting excited just after watching Angela's very, what's this excitement around what's in store, not just for today, not just for the rest of the meetings, but also after the AGM. So looking forward to seeing everyone join, and for those who might be interested to get to know what's in store for the next coming days. We have the hub, and I will be sharing my screen just for you to see where it is, and I'll share also the link here wherein you can see the different activities. You can download the full schedule, and if you click on it, you would see what are the in store for the next coming days, and we'll have different themes for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And we will also then have the synchronous call with Thailand that is happening on Thursday. So, all of the different activities, including what are the different topics, like the breakout room discussions, the plenary sessions, and what is in store in those sessions, are all in the schedule. And another person that would love to give a message of welcome, and not just welcoming us but also providing us a better framing for today's meeting is Felipe Colon, and I would love to share his video that he recorded for us for our virtual meeting for today. And let me put this in.
Hello and welcome. My name is Felipe Colon.
Let me just do this one. How come it's sharing?
And maybe as you're doing that, I just see a question in the chat about virtual participants being considered during the breakout session. So just to answer, Temidayo, that yes, we've really designed this virtual gathering over all of the days to be very interactive. So just to emphasize that your participation, whoever is in the room are the right people that are in the room. And we are really going to be focusing on encouraging discussion and conversation. And so actually the breakout sessions are really about the virtual participants. And it's based on you and your contributions. So I look forward to having you join the one that's most interesting and then being part of the conversation.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Angela. And like what Angela mentioned, your input, your thoughts, your experiences are very much needed and important in this gathering. So hopefully you, as you look through the different activities for the next few days, you can also pinpoint, hey, this is where I'd love to contribute, or this is where I'd love to share some ideas. Feel free to join those breakout rooms or the different sessions that you're already seeing as very relevant to the work that you're doing. And this is a video from Felipe Colon.
Hello and welcome. My name is Felipe Colon and I sit at the Data for Science and Health team at Welcome. As we know, the consequences of climate change on health are becoming more evident, particularly in low and middle income countries. Awareness of the impacts of climate change is important, but it's action that is needed. We must put health at the heart of climate change action and invest in the data, tools, and talent needed to understand, monitor, and predict potential impacts. This requires better communication between academics, decision makers, as well as greater investment in the generation of evidence to guide action more effectively. At DSH, we have the mission to deliver trustworthy data science initiatives which advance our strategy. We work towards that mission by identifying and supporting underpinning and field-building opening data science initiatives that advance the goals of our strategic programs. Our approach has two main strands: working with the 4 strategic programs in a matrix fashion to shape and lead initiatives, and pursuing cross-cutting initiatives. Our portfolio includes digital tools and methods for research, where teams are developing methods and practices that support data integration and analysis, and tools to identify how climate change affects health. We're also supporting the development of digital platforms for integrating and sharing climate and health data. For example, we fund the development of datasets and data platforms that bring together climate and health data at different scales from local to global. We fund tools to generate actionable evidence for decision makers, turning climate and health data into usable information for decision makers through innovative methods to synthesize evidence and track the impacts of climate on health. And finally, we are developing data science talent, where teams are training a new generation of climate and health data scientists. Digital tools play an important role in helping us track, monitor, and predict potential outbreaks, enabling us to be as prepared as possible. One of the most important tools available is disease models. Disease models have the potential to become essential resources to support public health decision-making processes. The importance of disease models for policy development was highlighted more than ever during the COVID-19 pandemic. Early model projections demonstrated its pandemic potential and guided our global response and prepared countries for potential increases in hospitalizations and deaths. Projections of international spread influenced travel restrictions and border closures. As a result, policymakers are relying more and more in models than ever before. Understanding the importance that modeling has for guiding policy and decision-making, we commissioned a landscaping report in 2021 to understand the gaps and opportunities for doing climate-sensitive infectious disease modeling, or CSID modeling, on the ground. In response to that landscaping report, now we are running a program of work in this space that totals over £22 million. The CSID portfolio consists of 3 pillars, each of these 3 pillars in response to one of the needs highlighted by the landscaping report. These pillars are, first, the development of new modeling tools. We have 21 grants and 4 discretionary awards that are developing innovative solutions, modeling solutions, and methods to understand and predict climate-sensitive infectious disease dynamics. The second pillar is related to the meeting where we are convening today, about the creation of a community of practice, the CSID network, which connects an interdisciplinary community contributing towards CSID software tools development at the intersection of climate and health. And finally, an early warning system implementation research pillar that encourages the implementation and use of climate-driven or climate-informed early warning systems. Here, the idea is to identify positive outliers to determine best practices and core capacities to enable successful multi-sectoral outbreak response, governance, and decision-making. The tools supported by our first pillar can be classified into 4 main groups. Vector-borne infectious diseases, where people are going to be developing innovative tools for understanding or predicting vector-borne infectious diseases. This includes the development of a new forecasting system for dengue in Vietnam that is going to be evaluated through a randomized controlled trial. We believe that this is the first time where a randomized controlled trial is going to be used to evaluate a climate-driven early warning system. We're also supporting the development of climate change scenarios for future vector-borne disease risk at the global and local level. The second group is about cholera and other waterborne diseases, where teams are modeling the potential impact of climate factors such as the Indian Ocean Dipole, early warning systems, and climate change impact scenarios. We also support the development of new tools for other disease groups. For example, we have teams that are predicting the future risk of coronaviruses under a suite of emission scenarios, and another team that is developing customizable tools for forecasting Rift Valley fever. And finally, we have a series of teams that are developing foundational tools. We have teams that are developing tools to improve our ability to model climate-sensitive infectious diseases and to extract modeling parameters from the literature by overcoming the limitations of systematic reviews. But now let's talk about the CSID network. Why is Wellcome interested in supporting the CSID network? Well, as we identified from the landscaping report, the absence of a coordinated, inclusive, and well-resourced community has led to the duplication of efforts, slow methodological progress, and limited policy and decision-making impact. So we support the creation of the CSID network, not only to improve methods or to generate more studies. We're supporting it to build a field. We are convinced that a community of practice offers the most effective and sustainable way to achieve this. With this, I finished my intervention. Thank you very much for your attention. Enjoy the meeting, and we will see each other in Thailand in a few days. Bye.
Oh, I'm curious in terms of how much excitement or questions that got stirred after watching that one, the video from Angela, and two, the video from Felipe. So are there questions around the CSID network that's popping up for you, or insights or thoughts? Feel free to add it in the chat so that we can harvest all of them and see how we can, put that together as we plan the next chapter of how the CSID network can come about. So feel free to add in the chat or unmute yourself. Is there other thoughts or questions that are coming up for you?
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Would you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I will. I am Mr. Ando. Also, I'm a member of the CSID network. Unfortunately, I am not there in Thailand, but I'm presently in Nigeria. So I'm talking to you from Nigeria right now. It's about 12:30 p.m. Nigerian time. So I've listened attentively. I joined a little bit late because I have to I went to church. My little worry is, what are we doing at the community level, at the grassroots community level? Because I represent the grassroots. We work at the lowest level of people who are experiencing the impacts of the climate change and disease. So what are our programs? What are interventions at these levels like? Thank you.
Thank you. This is really harvesting of these questions. I'm gonna put it in the chat so we can also put this in a document and see how these questions can be looked at as we plan for the network. How about you, Mercury? I see you have your hand raised.
Thank you. My name is Mercury Shitindo, Executive Director for Africa Bioethics Network, a researcher and a bioethicist involved in several things, including work in climate and the environment. Now, my question is, where is the space for ethics, which of course includes the bioethics as well, the discipline itself, because this cuts across different sections? Because when you think about ethics, for example, or bioethics, then you would give consideration to the question which has just been asked by my colleague, Ozor, about, the space for community. So that's my question. I feel many times this is something which is considered after the fact, just to make things right and to become compliant. So it normally, and yet when you include this at the beginning, in the inception, you just avoid so many things. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for surfacing the question around ethics, Mercury. And I see in the chat also from Zana. Feel free to unmute yourself, Zana, if you can, to share your thoughts around software developed by CSID link ground initiatives. So,
Yes, I am with myself. Can I speak?
yes, feel free to
Yeah.
do so.
Good morning, everyone, and good evening, wherever you are. I would like just to know, because I was attending a few series of let's say of exchange with another group, and what I noticed that people in that global institution are trying to empower African bank and the financial system to allow them receive funds or to allow them to receive, let's say, connection to climate change movement. I mean that Alpha CSID network is could develop or succeed to develop, let's say, financial mechanism to link with bank, because whatever we notice in our lands, in our continent, we would like to do some practical operation activities to participate or to contribute in the movement, but we are most of the time stuck by lack of finance. So how far CSID contribute to make this connection between private initiative, and climate change effort from let's say civil society, private sector, whatever community would like to really participate in the effort. That's really my main concern now.
Thank you very
Thank you
much
for me.
for
It's over.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your voice around that. Definitely, like we said, these are ways in which we can surface all these questions, especially in time for Thursday's meeting, which would blend what is happening in Thailand and also on the virtual space. Anyone else who would like to add in their voice around what questions are steering up for you in terms of the CSID network, or an emphasis that you would like to also see as part of the network's activities? So feel free to add if there's something that pops up in your mind a bit later on. But feel free to add it. Yes, how do one become a member of the network? Very good question, Damiday. And right now, what we're doing is we are asking people to fill in the form so that you can be added in the what's this in the network once it is open for membership. So feel free to check out the link that I've shared in the chat. And from there, you can add in your email address so that you are informed immediately once more information around the CSID network and the membership is already finalized. So this is also the reason for the AGM, is to look at how can we finalize the details around the membership, what this membership entails, and also getting in your feedback and your questions. So similar to what has already been shared here around community at grassroots level, space for ethics, and connection with the finance sector, and how that is you know, amplified through the CSID network. And like what I mentioned, if there are some more questions or thoughts that comes up, feel free to add it in the chat. And now we'll get into the exciting part of today's session, which is a speed networking. And my colleague here, Yusuf, will be putting you in breakout rooms. And in the breakout rooms, there are prompts that we would love for you to share amongst each other. And here are the questions. So just share your name, the country, and the organization where you work. What is your area of interest, and what are you most looking forward to this AGM, or in the topics that we'll be presenting for day 1, day 2, day 3. So feel free to just share that with those that you would be in the breakout rooms with. Yusuf, do we have them in breakout rooms? We'll have about 3 minutes per person. So just about 9 minutes to then put you back in, and then we'll have another round of speed networking. So you get to meet other people and engage and interact with others.
Sure. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Yusuf, so I'll be supporting on the tech team. And then for now, we are going to be having a breakout room. So it's going to be generally a small group of 3, and in some cases 4. So the idea is just to get us up to speed with, talking, interacting, and, networking as well. So and then it's going to be for 10 minutes because since we're just 3, so we expected that we have maybe each person speaks for about 3 minutes, or we interact for about 10 minutes altogether. So that's the idea. And then at the end of the session, or at the end of the breakout session, you all come back to the main session, and then we'll take it from there. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I also added the prompts again in the chat for those that just came in.
All right. All right. So here you go, everybody. So it's just going to be a random room, so just feel free to join.
Maybe everybody else.
Welcome back, everyone.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome.
Back, everyone. Welcome.
Very
because I have no choice.
we might need to mute.
Yeah, man, you can. I'm going to do next time what to do.
Oh,
Don't mute your
if
microphone.
we can unmute your microphone so that we can hear each other.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. So how is that to meet someone else from the network? Anything interesting and exciting that you heard from those that were in your breakout rooms? Anyone who would like to share? Did you find someone who is within your field or someone that's very interesting to connect
Yeah.
with?
Yes. My name is Mr. Ndoka. We were in room 2. I had a lot of PhD students there.
Okay.
And they are all working in the area of malaria. That's interesting. Malaria and climate change. They're interested in studying more and knowing how to join CSID network.
Nice.
We also want to network with some of our colleagues, especially knowing the best practices and knowing how to go about their research work. Those in vector malaria, those in malaria and mathematics, infectious disease and mathematics. This is a new thing I've had today. I don't know the connection between mathematics and the infectious disease, but we will pull and see how it goes. CS network is a big network that we like to welcome and hear from researchers as well. I am, like I said before, I'm a member of the CS network. I'm currently in the committee of membership drive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sounds like you have a very interesting topic that you would want, that can be explored already. Anyone
Yes.
else? Anyone else who found someone interesting and exciting in your breakout rooms?
Hi, everybody. My name is Nkirote. I am in Kenya. And our breakout room was so interesting. I was in breakout room 5, and because we are all in Kenya. So to be in the same field, just different parts of the field, I guess. What we did our introductions and getting to know each other. But one thing that we didn't have time to explore and we had started talking about was, is there a possibility to actually, within now the 3 of us, we were 3 in our breakout room, bring some of these learnings and discussions locally and see what we can actually potentially do here, since we're all Kenyan and we're already speaking and moving towards one direction in terms of CSID tools, ethics, community. Are we able to bring this back home outside of the current fellowships that are happening?
Wow. And that was just in less than, in 10 minutes. That's such a rich conversation, Nicarote.
Like properly outline it. We were just completed our round of introduction. Yeah,
Well,
but it was just like a question.
a big part of why we're doing this in the first place is to get to know each other and to know who's in the field, right? So what the Angela mentioned around connection is very much important. So for those who would like to connect with each other, feel free to also add your LinkedIn account in the chat so that anyone who's here who would like to connect, it's a place that that can be connected. Or if you'd want to drop in your website, feel free to do so in the chat as well. So another place to harvest who's in the space with us. Yusuf, are we ready for round two?
Yeah, but before I go, I must say that Room Fire was really a cheat sheet, right? Because I didn't even know everybody was based in Nairobi, but yeah, I think as the mind speaks was on point. So I think yeah, that's pretty well. So if you're ready, maybe we can just open up the room for the second round, 10 minutes again. I don't know if you're ready, just let me know.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So same questions again. Name, country, what is your area of interest, and what are you looking forward to? Or if there's anything that pops up or bubbles in your conversation, feel free to do so as well. So we'll have another 10 minutes of being in the breakout room with a few others. Go for it, Yusuf. Welcome back, everyone. So, how was this next round of meeting someone else in the breakout rooms? What emerged from your conversations? I'm very, very curious. Oftentimes, I think of this breakout rooms as like, oh, it would just be nice to be able to jump from one room to another and be part of it. So, feel free to share what came out from your conversation with another two or three members of the network. Anyone who would like to share, feel free to unmute yourself.
No, he
Oh,
put the same
Samuel.
people back in the room.
Okay. So yeah, thank you, Lana. Good afternoon from Nigeria to everyone on the call. So in our breakout session, we had a rich and of course an engaging discussion around the intersection between climate change and of course nutrition. That this conversation was actually prompted by a question from one of us who currently is running his master's program on public health, nutrition, and policy. And he asks how we can better detect and kind of respond to malnutrition in the context of a changing climate, and this led us to a dynamic exchange where each of us contributed, perspectives from our respective backgrounds. So again, it was a diverse group. We had participants from Rwanda, from Senegal, from Nigeria, and the discussions we had, kind of, reflected, the shared, I would say, urgency of addressing climate impacts on nutrition across our different contexts. So thank you.
Thank you. There's definitely richness in these conversations because now we're adding more to that initial, oh, what questions are we bringing in and what the topics or themes of interest that are emerging in the conversations. And who else? Who else has something to share? How was your breakout room?
Yeah, we are put back in the same room, the same number of people, the same people in the same room
Oh,
too.
that
So
is very interesting. This is really like that's random, and yet you're the same people that were
yeah,
put together.
yeah, the same people put together. So what we did was to expand our discussion on malaria and climate change. So we shared ideas of what is happening in Colombia, and then what is also happening around our climate here I'm from Nigeria. We wanted to know how um, the vector is managed in Colombia, if it's the same
Mm.
way in Nigeria. Yeah, yeah. So but we're able to understand that it's different communities have different patterns, and it's interesting to know that the way we think about it in this part of the world is not actually the way it's managed. While we talk about larvicide in here, we also talk about fumigation in Colombia. But that's some of the things we need to explore in this network. Thank you.
Exactly. Well, this is the reason why the AGM is set up as well. So this space is really a space to connect across disciplines and share emerging work and also shape, the future of climate sensitive infectious disease research. And one of the goals, and Angela has already shared it in her video, of like, let's not reinvent the wheel. Maybe there's something here that we can all learn from each other. And how can we do that? How can we um, amplify the different learnings, the different works of that are working well in different parts of the globe, and how can we share that amongst each other in this network? So thank you for surfacing that, Nduko, or around how, what are the different ways, and how can we understand how those different ways work for one area, and why it can probably also work with ours, or maybe there's something here that can be harvested or learned from in those different practices. One more voice. How was your breakout?
Okay. So,
Jeremiah. Yes.
okay, yeah, thank you very much, Lana. The first time in the first breakout room, we were three. This
Mm-hmm.
time around, okay, no, we're four. This time around, we became two. So two persons were taken away, but the person who was in that group, the same group with me, also happened to be in this second breakout session. But Tilly Karin from Cameroon has very interesting experience. A medical anthology, who's also a bioecologist interested in insecticides, vectors, studying a lot around Anopheles and Aedes mosquito, and would really want to know the nexus between the climate change and how they are impacting vector-borne diseases. And I think that's interesting. We had that exchange. I particularly, like I said to her, I don't know if she's going to be talking. I see a lot of buzz around getting resources to Africa, Asia for climate change action. Awareness creation is on the increase. But I'm not hearing so much about capacity, local capacity, especially at the grassroots level, to be able to implement climate change action. And I think this is a critical piece. So, like I said to her, it's going to be very interesting to know what people are doing globally so we can learn, and then for
Mm.
maybe replication or to improve what we are doing at the moment. Thank you, and over from me.
Mm. Ah, very interesting. And like I said, this is also why this session is being recorded, for us to harvest, all this different information, this different points of inquiries, so that we can what's this? We can easily look at, what are the different themes that we can use. Um, and so, Yusuf, it's okay. I'll be putting in the three different topics that we will be talking about in the next few days. And in the chat, so you can see session 1, session 2, and session 3. And let me just go through the different activities of the different sessions with you, so that you have an understanding of what to expect for each day. And let me just share the link. Share my screen. There you go. So today is our virtual speed networking and expo day, and on Monday, so tomorrow, we'll have the first theme, which is around the power of data to predict and preempt disease. And then in that, we'll have breakout room discussions. As you can see, there's open space dialogues, and there are very topical related sessions So check it out for you to see the different breakout rooms and also the plenary session. And I know this has what's this? The second session would still be the same. There's breakout rooms and plenary sessions, and the theme is around policy systems and governance. And then the third session on Thursday will have again breakout rooms and plenary session, but this time it's around CSID community resilience, equity, and engagement will be the theme. And the last day, which is the merging of those that are happening in Thailand, so it's a synchronous call with Thailand in terms of what comes next from recommendation to reality. And this is the synchronous session with Thailand AGM that's happening on Thursday. So if you're very much interested to get involved with CSIDNet and be part of it, please do join for especially for Thursday as well. So with that, with the three different themes, I'm curious, which one are you most excited to? Just put in the chat, session 1, session 2, or session 3. Which among the three different sessions are you curious and excited to join? Just place in the chat. Yeah, 1. There you go. Yes, Nicarota, session 3, of course. Nicaroti is here, and also Samuel was here a while ago, and Musa is also here. They'll be part of the sessions in the coming days. And there you go. And so another part of how we're bringing this virtual session to life is using a very interesting and a very different platform. So a while ago, I don't know who mentioned it, but someone that shared, I'm learning something. So this time around, I'm gonna bring you to another space or another place we can learn about each other, get to know who's in the space, and this is through a platform called HiHive. So I'm putting the link in the chat. Please do sign up in HiHive right now. There is the link in the chat. So there you go. There's session 2 and 3 and 1 that's happening. So what is HiHive and what can you see in the HiHive platform? So once you sign up, you will then be brought in to a digital space, and this is where our expo materials are. And then if you click on next, you would be seeing this virtual space that we have, and you can then start walking around and checking out. See, there's somebody here already. And if you bump into someone, you can then what's this? There you go. Say hello to that person and wave to that person and then have a conversation. So once you bump into someone, you get into a video call with that. But if you go to any of the pillars, as you can see there's a link that when you open it, like this one, in CSID network, we have quite a lot of resources that you can already check out. So from presentations to articles to blog posts to reports, you have them in this link. And you can find that, like I said, when you get to the HiHive platform. So we'll take about the next 10 minutes. So for those who are here, we'll take about the next 10 minutes to just for you to go and look at the different links, the different spaces that are here in HiHive, so that you can check out what are the different materials that is available. I see from Jeremiah, you are from eHealth Africa, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I am.
There you go. So there's also the video from Jeremiah here from eHealth Africa. So feel free to go around. We'll use the next 10 minutes for you to just walk around. And like what they said, when you bump into someone, you can get into a video and have a conversation with that person. So feel free to just check this out. So I'll stop my screen share so I can go in High Hive, and we'll have about 10 minutes of being in the space in High Hive, talking to each other there or looking through what's in the expo. And then after 10 minutes, we'll be back here in Zoom again. I'll send you a message. And here in Zoom, we'll do another round of networking, and we'll make sure that you're all in different rooms this time to see who's in the field and to have another conversation. So see you after 10 minutes.
Lana, you're muted.
Hello, Yusuf. I'm trying to fill my form on I have. That take time, or do I misunderstand?
Is it Sana? You
Yeah,
should
yeah,
be
that's
able,
speaking.
you should be able to use even your phone. Maybe
Okay, okay, okay.
is it because
Okay.
of the data? But you should be
Hello.
able to use. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, Zena speaking. Yes, I can take my phone.
Yes, you can just use your phone. So Yusuf, I'll just be in High Hive first, and I'm just gonna stop recording. I'm gonna pause. Yeah. So welcome. I'm hope everybody can come back in. And Temidayo, definitely feel free to just check it out. See what's in store. There's quite a lot of videos there, so I'm also curious in terms of which videos you will be watching and all that. So feel free to check it out even after today's session, or even after the AGMs, even after Thursday. The space will be available for the next coming months, so take your time in watching the videos and going through it. If you'd want to share it also with your team or with others in the field that you think, hey, this might be very interesting for you, feel free to share the link with them. And so I'm
All right,
curious
thank you.
if everybody is back here for our next round of show of hands, or a thumbs up for those that are already here so that we can go to our next. There you go. There's people coming in. Just put in a thumbs up for those who are already here. And maybe Yusuf, if you can help in bringing the others back, just messaging those. There you go. I know
Okay.
it's fast. Hive is fascinating as a space. It's a nice virtual space to build, a network space or a space to share resources or to share information. So, another platform to learn from. I think that was Temidayo who shared that a while ago. You're learning something new. And this is it. So, we see the rest are still coming in.
Maybe we can just give like a minute to see or two, then we just reassign them back to the breakout room.
Yeah. So while we're waiting for the others to come in, again, links that are very much important for you to take note of if you want to know what's going on, how the sessions are. This is the link to check out. So this is a link for you to know how the sessions are and what's in store. And if you're interested to be part of the network and would love to just like I said, just know more what's coming up next. The next link is the one that shows you how you can put in your email so you can join, and you will be notified as soon as information is available about the membership opportunities. And so we will be putting you back again in another round of uh, networking. And like I said, same questions, or feel free to see what bubbles up in your group in terms of topics. Yusuf, are we ready to put them in a breakout room?
Yes, so just a minute. I'm just trying to randomly select again so we don't have the same
Make it
like we have
random.
in a minute, please.
And oh, by the way, if you are also interested to share the next few days, you can still share the link for people to join and register so that they can still be part of it. So if you have people in your network, please do so. Oh, there you go. Welcome, welcome. So how was that? How was that to meet another person? Hopefully this time new one that you've met in the space. Who's that? Who unmuted themselves? Was that Bertil or Mohammed?
Hi. Ah,
Yes.
I just speak. I am muted. Yes,
How was
it's
it?
great. Yes, it's great to meet people and to share ideas, to share knowledge. We can also see that we each one here is necessary for others. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Not it is very 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 yeah, very very a place where we can meet and yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you,
I was
Mohammed.
meeting.
This is indeed a space for connection, and thank you for sharing how you got connected with others. Anyone else who found their conversation interesting, or is there something that's insightful for you? By the way, I'm sharing again in the link the registration. So, like what I said, there's still opportunities for those that are part of your network to join us for the next few days. So feel free to share the link with them. One more voice before we put you in our last breakout room. Anyone else who would like to share? Zana, I saw that you shared something in the chat. Would you want to speak more about that?
No, yes, because I was in my room. Sorry, I was in my room with two of participants. I was sharing that 2 weeks ago, if I don't make a mistake, there is a meeting in Dakar for AMNet network. It's a kind of M&E network related to malaria surveillance and data monitoring. And it was an exciting experience because you can see experts from all over the world, from London, Canada, Europe, like Belgium, and they were exchanging the different experiences, challenges related to the different global data related to malaria, and it was very exciting. And they asked participants to share as much as possible they work to make people much more comfortable, and in every need, if they want to support them also, they can support them to facilitate the work. And yes, it will be added value to this global fight against malaria.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And like what I also shared a while ago, feel free to drop in your links. Temidaya, the Zoom link is for those who you would like to invite to register. That's for the registration. Um, Feel free to invite people to to join some more for the next few days, and also yes, add your links if you'd want to connect with others. Feel free to add your website or your LinkedIn link if you'd want to be connected with others. Yusuf, are we ready for our last round of breakouts?
Sure, 100%.
So, this is our last round, last opportunity for now to meet each other. And then, of course, we'll also be meeting each other in the next few days. But again, an opportunity for you to talk with someone else about what's their area of interest and anything that bubbles up in the space. So, let's put them in breakout rooms now, Yusuf. See you after 10 minutes.
So they should be here.
Here we go. Everybody's coming in.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back. Thank you for taking the time, even up until the end, to be with us for our first meeting, for our first virtual meeting. And we would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts about today's session, today's expo and networking session? We've added the form here in the chat, so feel free to answer the form at your at your convenience. And like what I mentioned, we still have a jam-packed schedule for the next few days, and so feel free to invite your colleagues, your teammates to join us for the sessions. And we would be recording the sessions, so for those who cannot totally join any of the sessions in the next coming days, don't fret. There would be recordings, and we will be sharing that on Thursday. So not within the next few days, but on Thursday we will be sharing the link for all the recordings. And like what I said, the High Hive platform where you can watch the different videos, get to know the different organizations that are part of the network, get to hear from what others are doing. So the High Hive platform is open. Feel free to get back in there again, watch other videos, invite others in the space. Feel free to do so. And with that, thank you very much for joining today's session. And as a form of breakout, as a form of just getting out, checking out, I would love to ask. A while ago, I shared with you. Let me share the sheep again. Yeah, I shared the sheep scale with you. So let's do another round. How are you leaving after today's session? What's your sheep scale after our sessions today? Is it a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, 8, or a 9? I'm curious if there's somebody who's a 9 here. But chat, put it in the chat. How are you leaving after today's session? And if you'd want to add a little bit more, feel free to do so. Or if you want to also unmute yourself, feel free to do so. There you go. Yeah. That will be a nice nap for you, Demidayo. Yusuf is a 9. There you go. I'm also leaving with a 9. I was a 7 a while ago, and now I'm a 9. Samuel is also a 9. Wisdom's a 9. Thank you, thank you. And with that, thank you very much, everyone. Moose is a 9. There you go. There's still some more. There's a lot of people that are a 9. Zana is a 9.
Oh yes, you have a lot of nines.
That's good. We started a while ago with the different numbers, and now we're ending with a lot of 9s. So thank you for joining us for today. I'm looking forward to seeing you all for tomorrow with our first theme, with our first session. And like what I said, feel free to share with your network. Feel free to share with those who you think would be valuable in this session. So looking forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. Yusuf, would you want to say your goodbyes?
Oh, sure. Thank you so much for joining today. Well, this is the first session, so we hope to get more engagement by tomorrow next and upper. So please feel free to share with your friends. If there's any other thing, please just reach out to us via our email address. Right? Thank you, and see you.
See you all.
Bye.